What about last night?
I wasn't happy again. Once again, what are you doing coming in at 1 o'clock in the morning?
I was out with my friends.
You was out with your friends, you know?
Yeah. Well, you can talk. You're that late with me anyway, aren't you?
Good morning, Margaret Wilson here. Can I help?
Oh, hello, good morning. This is James Chamberlain calling from the Behaviour Support Service.
Oh, hi, James.
Do you have any spaces in Year 9 at the moment?
Year 9. Yeah, we do, actually. I think we've got 2.
Ah, excellent. We've got a girl at the moment, Jade. She's 14 years old. Now, things aren't quite working out in the school she's in at the present, so I was just wondering if there might be a possibility of her coming to your school.
Well, how's it presenting? What are the problems?
Basically, she's a bit of a low-level disruptor and has been a little bit bad on attendance.
Yeah. And you've no idea how that manifests itself? I mean, does she sort of take the place apart, or does she disrupt learning? Is she just a noise in the background?
I think basically very low-level disruptance. She's just not doing terribly well. But I also understand that she's very, very good one-to-one. She's a very bright girl.
You know, next you're going to be asking me for money. More money I haven't got.
Could you lend me a tenner, please? Please?
What for this time?
Because I want to go to the cinema.
For what?
To watch a film. What do you think?
I know that she's been in learning support for a while.
Have you any idea how long she's been in learning support?
I don't know exactly how long, but I know she has been there for some while. There's a bit of a concern about family. She's got a single father. I don't think he's terribly engaged.
Thank you.
Right.
So full of good intentions, but can't quite deliver.
Exactly.
Okay, right. You haven't any idea if there are any other agencies involved with the family? Anything with social services or...?
I think there are some other agencies involved. I don't know exactly
Right,
who,
okay.
I'm afraid. I do know she gets on very well with the Safer Schools officer in the school.
Ah, right.
She's been doing a bit of work with her.
Okay, lovely. Certainly, we have got spaces, and I will have a look at her. I'll obviously have to do a bit of digging around. I'll have to contact the head of year, but I'll get back to you.
All right.
Talk soon.
Bye.
Bye. Well, I think there are some questions around this child. We certainly haven't got the whole story. Year 9's a difficult age. It's a difficult time to change schools.
See, you can be nice when you want to be.
I'm too nice.
The fact that she's been in the learning support unit now for 3 terms and they haven't reintegrated her leads me to wonder if the low-level disruption is being addressed. I was wondering if I could speak to your head of year 9, or whether it's going to be that she's going to find it difficult to reintegrate into any school. Yeah, if I could leave a message. Tell him it's regarding the proposed managed move. A young lady called Jade. Certainly need to speak to the father. I certainly need to set up a meeting with as many agencies as I can find that are involved with the girl.
All right, Dad.
All right.
I'm going to have to find out something from social services as well. I've got to get some leads here. I was wondering if you could put me in touch with one of your social services team. The head of year told me that there was some concerns around a child protection issue in primary school, but that the case was closed and that's all gone to bed now. That's fine. But I need to get hold of those primary school records to see what the child was like before these things happened to her. So she's actually left the borough?
So you're not just drinking, smoking, yeah?
What? I think I really need to get a group of people together who know about this student to actually get some details on the table before we actually invite father in, if she's going, in fact, to come to this school.
Oh, whatever.
I would like to speak to the Safer Schools officer. I think she probably has a more rounded picture of this child than perhaps school has.
Hello, PC Elliott. Can I help you?
Good morning, Carol. It's Margaret Wilson. I've just been asked to take a young lady into the school, and the young girl's name is Jade.
Yes, Jade. She had a few problems. What can I do to assist?
Now, I understand that you've had some dealings with her and perhaps with the family. Have you met the father?
Yes, I met the father a couple of times. Don't know him that well, though.
Yeah. How many times did she go missing?
She went missing twice.
Only twice. And was she picked up by the police? Is that how you got in contact with her?
Yes, it was. I picked her up. She was hanging around late at night in the Finsbury Park area, so I found her there.
Okay. What would you say about her, Carol?
Jade and I got on very well. We struck up quite a good rapport. It's just a shame that I lost touch with her and wasn't able to help her out anymore.
Do you know about any child protection issues? There was a child protection issue that was supposedly in primary school?
Yes, I heard that. It was quite low level, and the case was closed quite some time ago.
the case closed. Fine, that's great. Carol, if we decide to take this girl, we may call on you to sort of do a bit of liaising work and a bit of leading work with her, because obviously she gets on with you.
Yes, of course I would. I'd be delighted.
Brilliant. That's lovely, Carol. Thank you very much.
So you'll contact me then, will you?
Yes, I'll be back in touch.
Oh, that's lovely. All right then. Thanks ever so much. Bye.
Obviously, I need to convene a meeting with people working in this school. I need to speak to Jeanette Arsenko and the school counsellor. I'm going to start off there and see what sort of plan of action we three can come up with, because we need to make a starting point somewhere. We need to actually just sit down together and talk about where it's actually going.
Okay.
Okay?
Absolutely.
She actually did go missing for 2 nights and was found in a shopping mall in both occasions.
I mean, clearly she's had a little bit of a rocky time, but I think we can move her forward. You know, I was thinking, you know, this is a child for a common assessment framework. She's got to be one for it.
The criteria for a CAF, does she fit into it?
Remembering that it's, you know, our child protection to kids at this end, as our kids with statutory assessment. She's got more than one need. She's sitting there, and she must be a common assessment framework.
Let's have a look, Jeanette.
Let's look at the book. You know, at this end of the whiskering is the children with not additional needs. But we're looking in the sectors 2 and 3 of this windscreen. This young lady has got additional needs, not just one. And I think there are needs we don't know about. We really need a joined up approach for this young lady.
And I think the key is joined up, isn't it? Because there's lots of professionals have been involved. But what I'm feeling in getting information is nobody actually has ownership of it.
Yeah, and I think what's most important for this family is that we do this common assessment framework and we don't repeat things again for them.
Yes.
What have you been up to?
Nothing, just hanging around with my mates and that. It's been pretty boring. Dad, will you stop twitching?
All right, leave it.
Seriously, stop!
Listen, I'm all right.
What's the matter with you? Chill out a bit.
I'm chilled out. You don't know anything about this.
Hello. Is it Terry? The team around the child meeting is the opportunity for this group of professionals who are going to support this young lady and family in trying to get positive outcomes. I think the common assessment framework is the tool that we need to unpick the needs and the strengths of this young lady.
Oh, is there something you like doing? Must be something, is there?
Not really bothered.
Not school?
So when were you last in a school then?
Long time ago. Yeah, long time ago. And I hated school.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, hated it.
Lovely. Terry, Jade, thank you very much for coming. I know you know what the situation is, that Jade's last school has applied for a managed move to this school, and we would like very much to welcome Jade as a student in our school, but we would like to have a situation where we didn't set her up for further failure. Obviously, the last school hasn't worked too well, and in order to try and stop that, we're trying to sort of set up a team of support around her so that that doesn't happen. My name's Margaret Wilson. I'm the deputy head of the school.
Right.
I'm Jeanette, special needs coordinator.
Right.
Jade.
PC Carol Elliott, Safer Schools Officer.
Yeah, Terry, Jade's dad.
I'm Sabrina Robertson. I'm a teaching assistant stroke learning mentor.
Well, that's all very well, but I don't know why it has to take so many people to sort out a small thing between me and her. Every time I'm in touch with her old school, there's always somebody else you've got to talk to. I've given up trying to sort this out, to be honest.
I absolutely understand that, Terry. What people often say is that they have to tell their story again and again and again and again. It gets to be a drag and it actually gets to be a real bore. If we've got everybody round the table now, you won't have to keep doing that. So, Jade, what we're going to do is try and put the past behind us. Obviously, things have gone wrong, but actually with the right package of support, you probably can actually turn things round. Carol, you know Jade quite well, don't you? If we ask Carol just to see what she feels about what has gone wrong and how we might actually work together to fix it.
Well, one of the things I will say from knowing Jade is she is an absolutely lovely girl. You've got a lovely daughter, lots of potential that we can work with. Could you pinpoint exactly what it might have been that went a bit wrong at the last school?
Not only was it my mum and everything else, but like the work was really hard and I didn't understand it, and the teachers were rubbish, so I just thought, well, there's no point in going in. If I don't understand the work and the teachers ain't going to help me, then what's the point?
Jade, you mentioned the work, you couldn't access the work. Got any idea why?
I couldn't understand it and the teachers wouldn't help me, so that's why I was just bunking off all the time.
I'll be working closely with Jade, so I've checked her report from her last school and I've noticed that, you know, from being a level 5, she's dropped slightly to a level 4, and so I'll be there helping her gain confidence and get her levels back up again.
What do you think about that?
Not really bothered.
Well, you should be bothered. I've spent every night trying to help her. This is what goes on. Every night I'm coaching her, doing what I can fit in, and she's just sitting there.
You're
You don't at all.
ridiculous.
All right, Jade. Well, let's try and fix this problem that we've got. Let's try and sit round the table and talk about it until we find a solution that will be good for us all. Is that all right?
Whatever.
It's got to start with her, you know?
So I'll hand over to Jeanette.
Terry, I think we will need to meet again. I think we should do a common assessment framework. And you're not going to have to repeat that story again.
Sorry, it's talking too fast. Common assessment.
Using a form, we'd look at what Jade's needs are, what her strengths are, and I know she's got lots of strengths, and we'd look for an action plan on how best we support Jade.
And when's this going to happen?
We can do it as soon as possible. I'm going to pass over to Sabrina because I think Sabrina will outline what we've done for many young people in this school.
Right, well, the programme of support we're going to put in place for you is doing individual work for a short time. So we can get to know each other. I can get to know your likes and dislikes. And then we'll work out a timetable where you decide which subjects you feel comfortable going into. So I'll take you into those lessons, introduce you to the teacher, get you feeling comfortable. And as time...
It's all built around her comfort, as you just said. I mean, it's all hot air. I mean, what difference is this going to make to like the last time?
Dad, you're not listening.
I'm listening. I just repeated what she just said. She said whatever you're comfortable with. It shouldn't be about what she's comfortable with.
But she's trying to
You know,
settle
she's
me in.
comfortable going out 11 o'clock at night. She's not at home half the time. So what about that? Like the other half of her life.
They're just trying to settle me in, Dad. By them settling me in, I'm going to feel more comfortable and I'm going to want to be here.
Taking up your point about feeling comfortable at home, if we can make her feel comfortable here and want to have a routine in her life here, that can only help you at home. I don't know if you're happy with that or whether you'd be willing to try it.
Well, I'd be willing to try anything, but whether we get any results out of that, we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
It's up to her, as I said. It's up to her.
Yeah.
I've done my bit.
I think what we'll need to do is a few of us will meet. I don't think we need a whole team again to do the common assessment framework, which is very much you and Jade own. And obviously, I'd quite like to ask Carol to come as the Safe Schools officer because I think she's been a significant adult for Jade, and I think she'll help with that transition.
Right, so are we agreed? What do you think, Jade? Shall we give it a try? And as I say, if Carol's supporting you, that's great. Terry, thank you for coming. Let's try and go forward with it. Let's assume that she's going to come to this school.
So where do we get the uniform? Where do we start with that?
I'll give you the details in just a minute. We'll go into my office and we'll get the framework drawn up and hopefully it'll be successful.
Okay. So I hope you were listening to today because I'm sick and tired of this doesn't get us anywhere.
I told you, I'm going to try harder.
Education isn't just about learning, it's actually belonging to a group of people who are actually preparing to be part of society. Jade was in danger of falling off the edge of that society.
We're looking for a school uniform.
Yeah, what do you need?
This particular process, it's an opportunity to get people together, to glean as much information as we have about that child, to try and find a way forward and to go on from there.
Suited for your level, okay?
A teacher is not a psychiatrist. A psychiatrist is not a teacher. All of us have specialist areas, but actually by bringing them together as part of a team and not as individual interventions, we can effect better change.
And I'm sorry, but I always do a smiley face. If you do up until question 4,